Welcome to Uttarakhand. Welcome to the Sri Manoj Sarkar Stadium, which has been the host of the Futsal Club Championships. And it's time for the final league day of this particular competition. It's time for match number 25 as Hazrat Nizamuddin Club take on Pondicherry United Football Academy. This is a Group C encounter where K3 Futsal Club, who are still on 3 points, and Pondicherry United on 3 points, still have a lot to play for. Hazrat Nizamuddin Club still looking for their first win of the campaign. On 6 points, K3 Futsal Club will be playing them later on. Pondicherry United know they have an incredible opportunity to win this and hope that K3 lose their game, and then they will be the ones to qualify for the quarterfinals, which commence day after tomorrow. Group A and B all decided yesterday, and Group D will be decided later on in the evening. And of course, Group C right now, we might be able to get a bit of clarity. So all to play for on the final day of the league stage in the Futsal Club Championship. We have a break tomorrow, and then the exciting quarterfinals start off day after. Hazrat Nizamuddin Club wearing their black strip today. Pondicherry United in the white. There's the starting five, which we'll go through very shortly. Pondicherry United winning one and losing one, beating K3 Futsal Club, losing to Goal Hunters, who have been in rampant form, and Hazrat Nizamuddin Club losing both their games, one to K3 and one to Goal Hunters. This is where they can try and finish off on a high. Here are the skippers, Rishabh Raikwar of HNC and Gnana Kolas of Pondicherry United. They are the match officials. First referee is Vishal Kumar. Avijnan Bose is the second referee. Third referee is Vishal Vaja and Melvin Rodriguez, the timekeeper. Habam Khamba Singh, the match commissioner. And my name is Liam. I'll be taking you through this encounter. Match number 25 between Hazrat Nizamuddin Club, who line up in this way: Praful, Rishabh, Arjun, Harsh, and Tarun. In the starting five on the bench, there are plenty of options: Anmol, Vedant, Faizal, Lakshya, Milan, Ansh, Darshit, Rishabh, and Priyanshu. Their coach is Altamash Sheikh. And Pondicherry United with Vinod, Balaji, Dhana, Kolas, and Raja. On the bench, there's Vikram, Ranjit, Rajesh, Vinod, Dilip, Vicky, Kala, Ela, and Jiva. And their coach is also their captain, Nana Kolas. This is Group C. As I mentioned, Goal Hunters sitting at the top. These two sides, along with K3, still have an opportunity to go all the way to the top. Or rather, to finish second and go all the way to the quarterfinals. So we kick off our first game of the final day of the league stage in the Futsal Club Championship. Should be a pretty competitive game. Both teams not scoring too many goals so far in the competition. Pondicherry United just 7 in their first 2 games. I say just 7 because Goal Hunters have scored 23 in 2 games. And 7 goals isn't too little. But when you compare it to Goal Hunters, of course, they are in a league of their own, as they've shown us. They'll be in action later on. A kick in here for Pondicherry United. Balaji gets stopped by the likes of Arjun Shukla. Looking for the flick on there, Tarun. Nice ball down the line from Praful. So Pondicherry United scoring 7. Hazrat Nizamuddin Club scoring 6. Goal difference might come into play later on, because if Hazrat Nizamuddin Club win this game, they'll go to 3 points. Pondicherry will stay on 3. K3, if they lose to Goal Hunters, will also stay on 3 points. So the second, third and fourth might all finish on 3 if Hazrat Nizamuddin win today. That's where goal difference comes into play. That's where every goal counts in this fixture and the next. K3 Futsal have a goal difference of just -1. But up against Goal Hunters, that might not improve. -7 goal difference for Pondicherry United. -9 for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. So they would have kept an eye on that. If they win with the particular margin, then they might just even come second here based on goal difference. And if all those permutations do come to pass, that's a nice ball. Final touch of a white shirt, first corner for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. If all of those combinations do come to pass, then that particular statement of Goal Hunters being in a league of their own will actually kind of seem true, because they would have won all 3. That shot is over the top. And then the other 3 would have beaten each other, making it an absolutely open group. Anybody's for the taking. That being said, Pondicherry United can also lose today and still qualify. All depends on the amount of goals you score and concede. But of course, they would love a win today. Don't want to keep matters or leave matters to anybody else's results. You want to keep them in your own hands. Speaking of which, a few hands flying there. First proper foul of the game. Raja and Arjun squaring off. Apologies from Arjun after a bit of a hand to the face. That's the first foul. Yeah, free Vishal Kumar. Let's make sure everything's good. We resume with Kolas playing it towards Balaji. Looks for a bit of a reverse ball. Can't find a teammate. Cleared away. Bit of hold up play here from Harsh. Hazrat Nizamuddin Club play a really nice ball down the right hand side. That should have been a better shot from Arjun. Just cut across it rather than putting his foot through the ball. Decent start here. And that's a nice move that should have been finished. Kolas, who in the last game had quite a few chances and squandered most of them, starts in a similar manner. A delightful move from the side from Pondicherry, and that should have been goal number 1. So decent chances on both ends. Pondicherry United, of course, as their name suggests, representing Pondicherry. A bit of a foul this time against Tarun, which he doesn't really agree with. And Hazrat Nizamuddin, champions of the Madhya Pradesh Futsal League in 2025, runners up in the same league in 2024. Also runners up of the Madhya Pradesh Premier League in the 11-a-side format. So they're used to winning. Oh, that's a nice flick on. Straight to the hands of the keeper though, Vinod, who throws it all the way back to Praful, who goes all the way back to Vinod. More like a handball game. And Kolas will be ruining that missed chance. What an opportunity. Point blank range. Chance to shoot. This time it's over the top. Not easy to find those top corners with this sort of a futsal ball. As I said, it's pretty heavy. That's a great ball from Kolas. In fact, from Balaji. Now it's still in play. Chance once again for Pondicherry United. A couple of big saves there from Praful. End-to-end stuff. Everything on the line in this match in Group C. And you can sense it. Here's an opportunity for Hazrat Nizamuddin. Bit of a mistake. But then making amends. Now the delivery over the top, headed away. Easy save, but then he's spilt it a bit. Has Vinod. There was a mistake from Thana, then he came back and made the block. Not being able to play out from the back here, Pondicherry United. Sometimes you've got to just put your boot through the ball and clear it away. Kolas does well to move it. Here's Dhana. Looks for a pass wide. Kolas has it again. Thinks of shooting. Goes for the 1-2. Just beyond him. Good defensive work from Arjun. Going for a dink over the top. It doesn't really work on that occasion. Chance to shoot maybe. Not taken. First time. That's a good pass towards Kolas. And this time he doesn't read it as compared to the first one. A bit of a subtle ball there from Ella, who's come onto the pitch. Had a really good game last time out. Here he is again. Gets brought down. No foul, says the ref. Ella will get it back. Has options to the left. Can't find Dhana. Almost 5 minutes played. A couple of chances at either end, but none taken. Ball over the top, all the way out for a goalie resumption. Vinod sets it to Kolas. No chance to breathe here. There's Ella. Opportunity for Pondicherry United. Was a bit tentative as to whether to play the pass or take the shot. Here's Dhana. Kolas. Ella has a runner beyond him in the form of Rajesh. And that's a poor run from Rajesh. He had to keep holding that position towards the corner because there was no option for Ella to play it through so many bodies. No foul, says the ref. And now, a poor touch from Rajesh. Nice touch on the other hand from Walter. Unfortunately for him, he stumbles on the ball. Pondicherry United have a chance again. The ball from Dhana was actually a shot. Got to be playing the passes there, especially early on in the game. If you get a lead, that can really put you in the driver's seat. Balaji goes for the chip over the top, doesn't work. Really good tempo to this game, match number 25, the third game for these teams in the Futsal Club Championship. It will be the last game for one of them, maybe even for both. If K3 manage to beat Goal Hunters, then they will go to 6 points. That's a nice touch from Rajesh. But really good defensive work from Vedant. Here come Hazrat Nizamuddin club. Tarun gets brought down. That's a sure shot foul. Good footwork from him. Just inviting Rajesh into that challenge. And Rajesh fell for it. There you go, unnecessary challenge. And he did it with his right foot rather than left, even though he was going towards the left. Now come Hazrat Nizamuddin club. One foul each. In fact, two fouls for them. One from Pondicherry United. 5 fouls, or rather the 6th foul, and you have a shot from the 10-meter mark. Basically like a penalty. It's like an unguarded free kick, which is basically like a pen, but from slightly far away. And that is so that there are not too many tactical fouls made in futsal. Otherwise, you can just keep on fouling each other. But that's not the sort of futsal that we want to play. Walter plays it wide. Loses possession. Here's an opportunity. He needs to be finished off. They're asking for handball. No, says the ref. So it would have counted had it gone in. And another foul from Pondicherry United. Racking up the fouls now, both teams. Just holding him there. Walter having a good start to this game. Drawing the fouls out really nicely, holding up play well. Here's Rishabh. Takes a shot. Good shot actually. Vinod catches it well. Had to release quickly. And another Rishabh. So there are two Rishabhs in the Hazrat Nizamuddin club team. Rishabh Singh Rajput, who's just come on, the number 17, and the captain Rishabh Raikwar, the number 3. Bit of a toe poke, but it's wide. It was always going wide with that sort of angle. Vinod had it covered. Got De Gea on his back. Surely that's his favorite goalkeeper. Mine as well. Another shot. Straight to Vinod, which was saved. Pondicherry United just not able to soak up the pressure right now. Hazrat Nizamuddin have a lot of the ball. Can they make the most of it though? Here's Rishabh, his first involvement. Might just get it back. He does get it back. Can't get the pass, and an acrobatic attempt which never was. From Tarun as Balaji cleared it away. And here they come again. Pondicherry United looking good on the counter. Great save from Praful. And now on the other hand, a chance for Hazrat Nizamuddin club. Good touch there. And Balaji cuts inside. Maybe the wrong option. But if he wants to keep possession, then yes, the right option. That was a very important touch from Vignesh, also known as Vicky, the number 11. Who has the ball now? Dropping deep. There's Balaji. The heart of it all. Goes for that chip, doesn't work. Vicky wins the ball back well. Bit of a tussle. Falls to Vicky. But then Rishabh does well. Now Tarun has it. Doesn't have a chance to shoot. Rishabh. Really competitive matchup here in Group C. Bit of a foul against Hazrat Nizamuddin. That push from Rishabh. Altamash Naim Sheikh, the coach of Hazrat Nizamuddin club, just watching on. That was the foul. Not much in it. Rishabh just stood his ground, but enough to call the foul. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Anybody's game. Could be anybody's quarterfinal spot as well. Out of the 3 teams who are still in contention for that second spot, these two and K3, you'd rather be in these two spot rather than K3 Futsal, because they are the ones who have to face the dominant goal hunters. And by spot I mean today. Here you have it all in your own hands, of course. You win and you probably could qualify. That's a shot. It's wide. Unless K3 beat goal hunters, and then they surely deserve to make it through to the quarterfinals. Not going to be an easy task for them. But I'm sure they will be having a lot of confidence in themselves. You've got to beat the best to be amongst them in the quarterfinals. Opportunity now to shoot. That was a good move. Great setup there from Raja. Not the best of shots from Dhana, who's been really active up and down. That's a decent setup. Nice back pass from Dhana with the head. Vinod can't get the touch correct there, Rajesh. Not for the first time. He's got to get that first touch going. Here's Kolas, who goes himself, plays it towards Rajesh. Cuts inside, can't shoot. Needed to shoot first time, perhaps. Just shoot it through the legs. You never know when it's going to go in or not. Here they come again. That'll be a corner for Pondicherry United. Could be looking for a timeout soon here. Hazrat Nizamuddin club shot from Kolas. Straight to Praful, who's got to release quickly. Don't have much time. There's Tarun. Plays it through. That's a nice ball, but actually the run was a little different. Rishabh does really well. Comes forward with the ball, takes a shot. Good save by Vinod, but the deflection fell quite unkindly to Faisal. Didn't really read that deflection. It came to him really quickly. What a chance. Superb work from Rishabh, the skipper, to win the ball back and then go across and shoot. Balaji does well to keep possession. That's a poor pass. He almost wins it back. He does win it back. This should be the chance. What a fantastic challenge that is from Praful. Incredible stuff from the goalkeeper. I thought that was a sure shot goal because Balaji had a pass towards his right hand side. Praful read that early, came across and slid. Absolute heroics from the keeper. And that will be a timeout. And we all need to catch our breath. In fact, it won't be a timeout. You will continue. Here come Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. 3-on-2 situation. Faisal shoots. Ooh, almost went through the legs of Dhana. Now it will be the timeout. I did see one of the teams asking for it. So just about halfway through, more than halfway through this first half. What a battle. You can sense that there's a quarter-final spot on the line. And it's anybody's game for the taking. It's still 0-0 though, between Hazrat Nizamuddin Club and Pondicherry United. So I'm sure both coaches would have liked to make the most of even that few seconds that they get with their side. A few changes, a few subtle differences. And that's how this game will be decided. Corner for Hazrat Nizamuddin. Faisal will take it. Shot is taken first time. Goes past everybody. There was a touch. Both the referees agree. And another corner. Faisal looks quite free. Now he isn't. Tarun shoots again. Counter-attacking opportunity if it can be kept in. No, says the ref. Avijnan Bose in the right place at the right time. Not an easy format for the referees to officiate. So quick. All the subtle touches. Here's a chance. Kolas could have passed it to Rajesh. Went for the toe poke, which didn't really help. Here's Tarun. Goes for the ball through the legs. Dhana's there. Cleared away. Will be a kick in. Who's going to get the first goal? Very rarely that you see 12 minutes of futsal without a goal. Finishing hasn't been the best, but the keepers have also been really good. Here's another chance. Final touch was off Balaji. Another corner for Pondicherry United. Goes for the shot directly. That's not going to work. Rarely get any Olympicos in futsal. Good work from Dhana. Here's Balaji. Goes for Dhana himself, who should have tried to guide it towards the post first time. Went for that first touch. Still got it on target. And that wasn't the intention though. Balaji picking out a few really good passes. Praful alert as he has been throughout this first half. Here's Rajesh. Tries to open it up. Good challenge from Tarun, who's everywhere today for Hazrat Nizamuddin club. There's Balaji. Same can be said about him. Rajesh has a one-on-one situation here. Taps it through for Balaji, who can shoot. No, he can't. Just goes beyond him. Does well to get his side a kick in. Faisal asking for a change now. Very high intensity. Sometimes players just play 3-4 minutes and then they're off. Very tough to play the whole game too. Dink over the top, headed away. Kolas plays it back, now receives it. Again, Rajesh not able to kick that first touch well. Was a bit of pressure. Possession given away. Not the best of passes. Good recovery though from Ella, who's back on. Superb defensive work there from Hazrat Nizamuddin club. In fact, they've clashed into each other. Darshit and Lakshya colliding, and both of them going for the same man, and they realized they needed to make the block because behind them was Rajesh waiting for a tap in. $7:10 to play. Ella back on. Can he create some of that magic we've seen from him? Rajesh hasn't had the best of games so far, holding up play. Darshit looks like he's okay. Rishabh has been solid for Hazrat Nizamuddin club. Lakshya right now tasked with trying to stop Rajesh. Absolutely anybody's game for the taking. Kolas does well to get a touch. I think it did come off a black shirt. Yes, it did. Lakshya is pretty much man marking Rajesh here. Not letting him move at all. Ella, that's the magic I was talking about. Goes for another ball roll. Second time of asking is stopped. That's what he can produce. That's what Pondicherry United need. Here's Raja. Rajesh. Back to Raja. Good defensive work from HNC. Raja takes a shot. That's a great shot actually. Praful launches it, but that was too far. Really top stuff from both goalkeepers. That's why the scoreline speaks for itself. 0-0. Here's Lakshya. Oh, good skills from him. Sets up a shot. Another good save from Vinod this time. End-to-end stuff, and both keepers producing the goods. Here's Ella. Nice footwork from him again. Poor touch from Rajesh. Just not working. Wonder if they're going to make a change up front here, Pondicherry United. They've got other options. Lakshya with the crunching tackle. 6 to play. Will we see a goal in the first half? Very rarely asked that question in futsal. Arjun to Lakshya, who's had a good start to this game. Nice ball over the top. Very nice ball actually. Chance to shoot here. Just wide from Darshit. Somebody's lost a shin guard or something in the middle of the pitch there. That is Raja who lost his shin guard. Jiva's on now for Pondicherry United and loses possession early on. So that was the forward change I was talking about. Bit of a foul, a sure shot foul. Was that inside the area though? I don't think so. So that'll be the third foul from Pondicherry United. The coach, or rather team manager, is not too happy about that. There wasn't much in it. The referee at the near side, Vishal Kumar, spotted it. This will be a free kick opportunity for Hazrat Nizamuddin. There wasn't much in it. He got the ball actually. The defender, who's pretty disappointed with that. This is a really good chance for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. Lakshya is quite free if the ball is played towards him. And the shot is taken over the top. How could you not play that towards Lakshya? Lakshya rather. What a chance for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. Have they taken the wrong route there for that free kick? I think so. Kolas plays it through. Ella could have passed it first time. That will surely be a foul. A bit of a dramatic dive as well from Lakshya. In fact, it wasn't him. It was Arjun who went for that dive. Change for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. Now Milan is on. Pondicherry United have made 4 fouls now. They've got to be careful. Nice touch from Darshit. Arjun plays it through. Tough to hold on to. Ella heads it away. Here's Lakshya. That's a nice touch. Chance to shoot, perhaps. Squared. Opportunity smashed away by Lakshya. Closer to the changing rooms than the goalpost. Finishing hasn't been the best from either side. But what a game this is turning out to be. Match number 25 of the Futsal Club Championship. The closest we've seen. Quite an edgy affair. Quite a cagey affair. Lots on the line. A draw also might be good enough for Pondicherry United. Hazrat Nizamuddin need a win to give themselves a bit of hope. Dangerous from Dhana, but he moves away with the ball. Kolas is free. Dhana decides not to play it to him, goes for the chip. That's very tough, but taken down quite well by Jiva. Then it runs out of play. 4 minutes to go in the first half. There's Kolas, has a bit of space. Back heel, Balaji doesn't shoot first time, could have. Plays it back. There's Balaji again. Has an eye for a pass, but this time settles for the one backwards. That's a nice ball towards Kolas, who might still be thinking about that chance he had in the opening few minutes. Here's Lakshya. Has Tarun to his left. Opts for Arjun. Behind him. Bit of space opening up. Here's Lakshya. Might he shoot through the legs? No, he won't. Balaji does well to put a bit of pressure, but then leaves the man alone. Dink over the top. Vinod collects and just lets Milan know that he's there. Dhana looks like he's got a bit of a clash to the ribs after some contact. Oops. Looks like somebody's saying he got an elbow to the ribs. Referee Avijnan Bose just having a word. Vishal Kumar also comes across. So it's something the refs haven't spotted. A quick chat for the Hazrat Nizamuddin 5 as well. And that's where the third ref, Vishal Vaja, who's on the side, will have to keep an eye, and I'm sure he will now. Don't want any off the ball contact. As I said, it's heating up. Here's Balaji, plays it through. Lakshya comes in with the challenge. Tarun loses possession. Final touch came off him. Bit of space, plays it through, but easy interception from Arjun. Has to be careful not to lose the ball there. That's not a foul. Bit of hold up play. 2 minutes 30. Good shot from Lakshya. And Vinod went for the catch. It slipped through his fingers. Not wearing gloves, of course. Not easy to catch those ones. And luckily, it went over the post. Corner for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. Goes through a couple of legs. I think it's a white ball. Arjun making sure all his players are behind the ball. No back pass allowed here. Need to clear the lines, even if it's a kick in. Here's a chance. Balaji cuts inside, lays it off. Great save from Praful again. Pondicherry United have the chance and they finally score. An important goal for the side in white. And Praful, after a great save, couldn't deny the shot which came in from Vinod. Two players on the post. It didn't really work. Lakshya was caught napping. That's why Arjun gives him a talking to. What an important goal this is. And psychologically, Pondicherry United might have the edge going into half-time. Unless Hazrat Nizamuddin can score one. team manager Alijit B. Quite animated on the sidelines. Their coach, of course, is Nana Kolas, who's playing. Coach come captain. And I think in Hazrat Nizamuddin club, where they lost that was... Oh, that's a decent shot. Wide from Vedant. Where they lost that is two players were pressing. And then eventually they took quite a while to come back. They did make it back in time. But that initial chance, that is what allowed all of that to take place. You got a feel for Praful. He's made some really good saves. But as I said before, it's very unlikely that you see a half of futsal without a goal. Here's a chance. Great turn from Tarun. Had to find that bottom right corner, but he couldn't. Possession given away here. Arjun plays it wide. Tarun keeps it in play. Arjun will retrieve. Is he going to shoot? Decides not to. Good ball roll by him. Nice movement there. Walters back on. Another shot. Over the top this time from Tarun. Risky ball there from Kolas, and he gets quite a stare from his teammate. What a first half this has been. Great ball towards Balaji. Probably saying that you should have mentioned that I didn't have a man on me. Could have taken it down and taken a shot. Had a bit more time. That's been kept in. Balaji clears it. Doesn't take any chances. This is a decent touch. This is an opportunity. Left footed shot was on. And now he squandered the chance. You've got to shoot with your left foot from there. Jiva had to pull the trigger. Cut back onto his right foot, and then the angle was totally gone. But it was a good touch from him to set it up initially. Yes, Tarun gets brought down. And that'll be the fifth foul from Pondicherry United. Absolutely clattering into each other. Jiva once again, this time in the defensive sense of things, making that foul. Quite an awkward one actually. But a sure shot foul, and now Hazrat Nizamuddin club have a chance to equalize before half time. I'm not sure what happened there. Still, I think there is quite a bit of time left. We'll just check with the timekeeper. Pondicherry United have to make sure not to make another foul here. It'll be a drop ball, which is quite unfair for Hazrat Nizamuddin club. Anyway, they get possession back. Arjun can't get the shot away. Now they can. Great save from Vinod. Straight into the ribs. He goes down. So does one of his teammates, but they won't mind. Heroic stuff. Don't know who the ball struck. But either ways, both of them stay down. Can't tell from that angle. What an eventful end to this first half. Well, if we do get to the end. Still 30 odd seconds to go. Arjun has a bit of an idea. I'm going to talk to Rishabh. And the stretches are coming on. Hopefully, it's not too bad an injury. So Vinod comes off, then Vikram, the keeper, will have to take over, which will be a nervy time for him. Hopefully, they are okay to continue this game. Don't want any injuries to spoil it. But Vikram will come on. So will Balaji. I think it was Dhana who's injured along with Vinod. So here we go. 32 seconds to play. That's a nice move over the top. And Vinod is okay. He goes back on. I've got a feel for Vikram. He literally plays once 5 seconds. That's what you got to do for the team. Ella tries to move forward. Good challenge from Arjun. A bit of hold up play. They just need to run the clock down till half time. Do Pondicherry United. Final touch comes of Ella. That's quite a sprint from the ref, Vishal Kumar, covering the ground well. Kolas picks up the loose ball. Bit of hold up play from him. Sets it up. Balaji doesn't shoot first time. Doesn't keep the ball in, and the whole bench of Hazrat Nizamuddin club up in arms. Last few seconds to go. Bit of a header straight to Vinod, and that will be half time. What an exciting first half of match number 25. Quite a few chances for both teams, but eventually Pondicherry United taking theirs. And they will carry that lead into the break. And as things stand, they will go to 6 points, but there's still 20 odd minutes. Actually, a lot more to go in this matchup. But for now, the advantage stays with them. Hazrat Nizamuddin Club have played really well as they look for their first win of the campaign. Praful made some good saves. And now we'll take a bit of a breather and be back for what should be an absolute cracker of a second half. So that's how it is at halftime. Hazrat Nizamuddin Club 0, Pondicherry United 1. But don't go anywhere. There's a quarter-final spot up for grabs. intriguing, enthralling, and there's still one more half to play. Hazrat Nizamuddin club trail by a goal to nil. Pondicherry United, as things stand, will go up to second position in Group C, a group that is forever turning and twisting as we look for the second team to make it to the quarterfinals from this group. Goal Hunters and K3 Futsal will take on each other after this, but this game has a lot of weight on its shoulders. 20 minutes away are Pondicherry United from a potential quarterfinal. That is, of course, unless K3 Futsal can beat Goal Hunters. That's a shot saved by Praful, who was very good in that first half. Made save after save, but eventually was breached by the Pondicherry United attack. You can feel the energy in the Sri Manoj Sarkar Stadium. A lot on the line in this game. That's a nice touch from Rishabh. Goes for the setup. He has been superb. I don't think played the majority of the 20 minutes, which I think he should. The way he's playing, sometimes there are players who are having a good game. You've got to let them play a majority of the game. As Vedant, of course, you will have changes here and there. They don't have to play the whole 40. Arjun goes for the toe poke, blocked by Balaji. Last touch came of Balaji, I think. In fact, no, it didn't. And below the scores, below the team names, you can see those blocks. They're no longer yellow. They're white now. Had quite a few fouls in that first half. Pondicherry did make those 5 fouls. But on the sixth one, that is when you suffer that shot from the 10-meter mark. That's a decent ball, but very good interception. Now Balaji can take it forward. He'll wait for a few people to come in for support. That's a poor pass. Kolas was never going to reach that one. Sometimes I'd like to see Balaji just take a shot. If you've got such good passing accuracy, of course the shooting will be good too. It's all about accuracy anyway. But having watched him play, I already know that he's going to play the pass, so imagine the opponents, they would know the same too. That's a nice move from Kolas, but the final touch just went away from him. Balaji getting involved once again. That's Ella. Quick feet once again. This time runs out of play. Every time he's on the ball, he does something with it. Very entertaining to watch. No foul, says the ref. Here's an opportunity. Kolas plays it wide. Praful comes in. Loves to slide, and this time bears the brunt of it. Goes straight into Ella. Both of them are down. Time for a bit of medical treatment, perhaps. Looks like they will be okay, because if you do receive the treatment, then you have to go off, and Praful doesn't want to go off. Praful is absolutely fearless. Shot from a distance. As Pondicherry United would have held their breath for a second there. Those kinds of shots from close quarters can land up anywhere. Chance to shoot again. Praful on the first post makes the save, but there the pass should have been played to Balaji. He would have surely passed it. Vicky had a chance to square it to Balaji, but he didn't. Balaji has slipped. 4-on-3 situation now. Shoot! Rather, the opportunity to shoot, and that was a poor shot eventually. Should have been placed better by Harsh. Good save though by Vinod. That's where you see one pass not played on one side can always result in a chance for the other side. Nicely won back there. Hazrat Nizamuddin have a bit of extra energy in the beginning of this first half. But here comes Kola. Shot is taken. Good block by Tarun. Harsh tries to get away from the traffic and does well to earn his side a kick in. Another interception. Looks like a change is on the cards. Kolas is off. Raja's on. Oops. Bit of a rash challenge there, but Vicky doesn't catch his man, so it's okay. Nicely kept possession there from Harsh. Quite a bit of squad rotation as well. You can feel the intensity of this game. Pondicherry United, if they keep a clean sheet, they will be absolutely good to go. They are in the dominant position on the table before this game and right now as well. But here's Tarun, takes a shot. Good save from Vinod. And on the rebound, Rishabh puts it over the top. Dana made the challenge. Rishabh might have been put off by it, but that should have found the roof of the net. And he knows it. Irrespective of the challenge, he had to find the target. Lots of chances for Hazrat Nizamuddin club, but can they find the back of the net? That was more or less an open chance. They'll be feeling the wrath of them. They'll be thinking, what do we have to do to score? What do we have to do to beat Vinod today? Here's another chance. Bit of a ball roll, doesn't work. Good work from Jiva. Just settles the game again for Pondicherry United. Oops, that is awkward. Can't be doing skills like that in your own D. Another opportunity here for Pondicherry United though to take a shot. Good block, very good block by Tarun, and now it has to be cleared away. 50-50 ball, foul called by the ref. A bit of contact. There you see from behind, Dhana coming in. Slight contact, but he was going for the ball, not much in it. Oh, almost. Another chance for Hazrat Nizamuddin. This time Rishabh. The other Rishabh Singh Rajput, almost there. Good recovery from him. Here's Tarun. Has a bit of space, almost. A deflection into the back of the net, and you can see a bit of desperation setting in now for Hazrat Nizamuddin club. Just not hitting the target so far. Not having that bit of luck you need to score goals. Kolas tries to clear it away. Rishabh plays it forward, but now it falls to Rajesh, who takes a shot. Great save by Praful. And then a bit of an extra leap from him. And he's in quite a bit of pain. Felt it quite late, I think. Looks like it was a blow to the finger. That's why he felt it slightly later. And that means that Anmol will come on. So Praful has a bit of a breakwater game he's had. Hazrat Nizamuddin almost had a chance. That was a really nice layoff from Harsh to Tarun, but he couldn't take it under control. Yes, Kolas needed to play that pass. Unnecessary turn there into traffic. Chance to shoot. And it falls straight to Vinod, who plays it through quickly. Very good interception again by Harsh. But now they have to redo it. Good defensive work, very good defensive work. And Pondicherry United, as I said, need to keep this clean sheet if they are to confirm this spot in the quarterfinals. Hoping, of course, that K3 don't win their game. And they will want goal hunters to do them a favor. Of course, goal hunters in their third futsal championship, finally qualifying for the quarterfinals. Here's a nice ball around the corner. Decent setup. Shot is taken. Blocked by Balaji. Hazrat Nizamuddin club still have it, but that touch is a little too heavy. Nicely taken down by Vicky. Can't get that pass through though. Here's Balaji. Does well to pick it up. Goes for the tougher ball through. Vicky was free though. Here's Kolas. Keeps possession. Waits for a few options. Might just play through the center. He does. That's a challenge from behind. That's got to be a foul from Rishabh. Unnecessary challenge. And Rajesh. There's the brunt of it. Balaji lines it up. As I said, he can shoot, shoots it straight into the wall though. Here's Kolas, takes a shot and scores. Finally, the skipper takes a chance that falls to him ever so kindly. And Pondicherry United now might have a foot in the quarterfinals. Really good move there from the skipper. Opened it out onto his left foot, but didn't shoot with his left. Decided to go with his right foot. Toe poked it into that bottom right corner to beat Praful, which is a really tough thing to do today. Superb finish, superb goal from the skipper. And finally he scores after quite a few chances. And now Pondicherry United have some daylight between them and their opponents. And Hazrat Nizamuddin club had so many opportunities, they never took any of them. Now they'll be thinking back upon those and wondering what might have been. Tarun holds on to it. There's still a lot of time, of course. And goal difference also comes into play. Walter for Rishabh. Dinks it over the top. Very tough for Tarun to keep under control. Rajesh wanted to stop there. No contact. Lets Rishabh go through a little too easily, in my opinion. Here's Walter. Lays it off for Rishabh, who shoots. Decent shot, and on the rebound, Walter has a chance and puts it through. Vinod. A bit of a lifeline for Hazrat Nizamuddin club. Pondicherry United caught napping for a second. And really good work by Walter. He knew that Vinod was going to come out that way. Just played it straight through his legs. Wonderful finish. Crafty finish. It all started from that shot from Rishabh. Sometimes you've got to just shoot. Put your foot through the ball. And they call it a hit and hope. Hazrat Nizamuddin club have a bit of hope now. Here they are again. Almost latching on to a bit of a loose pass from Pondicherry United. Who've got to be careful. The job is not done yet. There's still a lot of time to go. Here's Rishabh. Had a bit of venom on that. The final touch was off Dhana, so it will be a corner. Hazrat Nizamuddin now have a bit of momentum swinging towards them. It was different 2 minutes ago. Balaji plays it out. Will be a black ball. Dinked over the top. Nicely done by Rishabh. And Kolas clears it away. Walter tries to keep it in, but he can't. Ball down the line. Here's Balaji. Cuts inside. Chance to shoot. He's not shot again. Sets it up. And now he does shoot. Very well blocked by Praful, who has gone down once again. Shot is taken. That would have been a goal. That would have been a goal. He went down very late. Feels the pain on his knee or maybe hamstring, calf, not too sure. But had that gone in, nobody would have saved him. Maybe it's a hamstring. It's gone down for the third time now. What a great save. If not for him, Hazrat Nizamuddin wouldn't have had any chance in this game. Now he has to go off though. And in comes the deputy Anmol. Balaji had a really good chance to shoot, not shooting with the left foot sometimes. It's a big high five from the bench and now decides to take a bit of treatment. I'm sure he'll be back though. Praful. Great stuff from Ella. Sets it up for Kolas, who has a shot to take. Good save by Anmol. And then the ball back into the area is dealt with by the defense. Anmol also playing his part now, coming off the bench. What a game this is turning out to be. Chances on both ends. Now Pondicherry United also creating a few after conceding. Here they come again. That shot over the top, or rather if it was a pass almost halfway through this second half. Here's Rishabh, lines up a pass, great save! And the rebound was put away by a white shirt. So good defensive work, what a great pass, another shot taken, another block. Brilliant ball from Rishabh. That is a really neat save from Vinod down to his left. Here they come again. Ella has Kala in front of him and he plays it to him. Ella will continue his run. He loses possession. Slightly tired there from him. Harsh is going to come on now for Hazrat Nizamuddin. Tarun goes for the flick. There's still a bit of bite in this Hazrat Nizamuddin side. They're not down. They are down, but they're not out yet. Kolas, a really good second half. Does well to play it wide. In fact, he doesn't play it to a teammate. Bit of a stoppage here. Kolas picks up that loose ball again. Doesn't go for the toe poke this time. Delayed the pass. Delayed it a bit too much. Now has to track back. Good defensive header out there by Dhana. Last touch, Rishabh. 9 minutes away now, and that will be time for a bit of a break, a timeout. As this game, I wouldn't say hangs in the balance, is definitely hanging towards Pondicherry United. But Hazrat Nizamuddin are not far away from them. This timeout, these few words could make a huge difference eventually. Rishabh getting quite a bit of hydration in. Kolas tries to stop that. Never going to be able to, though. It was always away from him. Ella tries to turns into a bit of trouble. Dink over the top. Nice headed away. They're defending with their lives here, Pondicherry United. They know what's on the line. A quarter-final spot. Shot over the top from Harsh. Every time they miss a chance, as you can see on Laksha's face, they just think, how many more are we going to get? How many more are we going to miss? We need to score a few here. Decent attempt, actually. Here's Arjun. Harsh. Can't keep the ball in. That was very tough. That's a decent dink over the top. Unmold as well. And Anmol this time comes out, was thinking of catching it, but realized he was a bit too far out. Another chance there for Hazrat Nizamuddin to maybe play a pass, but not opted for. Balaji goes for the dink, can't find the teammate. Here's Laksha. You can sense a few tired legs now. And a few tired minds as well. That is when the mistakes creep in from the defense. Arjun, lovely ball. Harsh doesn't shoot first time. Arjun shoots again. Goes towards Harsh actually. Almost. Here's Balaji. He's going to play it. And that is a very good interception from Laksha. Uses that tall frame of his. And I said, Balaji, a little too predictable with those passes sometimes. He does pull the strings. .7:30 to play in this all-important Group C encounter. After this, Goal Hunters take on K3 Futsal Club. That'll be at 2:30 p.m. Get a bit of coverage on around 2:30, 2:25, where we'll go live on the Indian Football YouTube channel. I'll be joining you for that one. Oh, that's a mistake. Here's Harsh, takes it and scores! What a big goal this is for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. No nonsense from Harsh. And they've got a spring in their step now. And a bit of a misstep there from Vignesh. Vicky just losing control. Harsh stepping in, toe poking it into the first post. That's a huge mistake actually for Pondicherry United point of view. Here they come again now. Laksha could have taken the shot, but eventually opted against it. Another shot taken, straight to Vinod, good save. And that'll be a timeout. And it's 2-2. Those 2 goals have counted for nothing from Pondicherry United. We're back where we all began, all square. Hazrat Nizamuddin club, I still think, might have to win by a couple of goals to improve that goal difference of theirs. They're -9 heading into this. So it's -7 for Pondicherry United. And with -9 for Hazrat Nizamuddin, if they do win, it becomes a minimum of +8. Sorry, -8. And then Pondicherry go to -8 themselves. So it's really close. As I was saying, I think a 2-goal win for Hazrat Nizamuddin club might just do it. Not too sure. But I'm sure they've done all those calculations. There's a chance for them and they've scored another! My word! They've come back from absolutely nowhere. And you can see the celebrations. Stool comes out. And what a strike from the number 7 himself, Faisal Hussain. An absolute blinder. And this is really poor defending from Pondicherry United. What are they doing? I said the game is far from over. Now they have to move forward and try to at least get a draw out of this one. Praful is back. He plays it through. Chance to score again. It's almost gone in. What a save from Vinod Harsh. Almost getting 4 there for Hazrat Nizamuddin. This game has absolutely turned on its head. Chance to shoot again. Lakshya. And they've scored another. My word. What a game this is. Hazrat Nizamuddin club, as things stand, might just be in the quarterfinals. Lakshya does really well. Takes a shot into the top right corner. Where was this finishing all along from Hazrat Nizamuddin? What a banger. And now they're 2 goals up. I think they want a few more now. Ella tries to go forward. Great challenge from Lakshya. He got the ball. And there's still 6 minutes to play. Absolute drama at the Shri Manoj Sarkar Stadium. Ella takes it quickly. Kolas, who thought that might have been the winning goal. And that's a really good stop from Praful. Momentum. It's all about momentum. From 0-2 to 4-2. What a turn of events here for the Madhya Pradesh champions. Praful smashes it long. Well kept in play. This could be another. Off the bar. Off the post rather. What a setup from Faisal. Harsh could have maybe even put this game to bed, but I won't say that because no matter how many goals are scored, this game is never over. That's surely a foul. That's surely a foul from Rajesh, who hasn't had the best of games today. There was a foul there. Bit of grappling taking place. That's the frustration setting in for Pondicherry United. Faisal. That's the ball run out. Time for a kick in. Needs to take it quickly. That's a decent turn. Harsh and Faisal have been superb in this spell of play. Lakshya too. Rajesh plays it wide. Ella cuts inside. Looks for the ball through the legs. Doesn't find it. Another ball through Nobody reading it actually. Here comes Harsh. Looks for the 1-2 there. Doesn't get it back though from Lakshya. Nice work there from Ella. Kolas is there. He keeps going. Shot is taken. That is wide from Rajesh. Superb game. It's ebbing and flowing, and with 5 to go, I still say anybody's for the taking. Pondicherry United could easily come back. 2 goals in quick succession is possible, but Hazrat Nizamuddin, they have a bit of the momentum here. Kolas needs to try and turn. He does. Raksha knows that he can make a foul there. It's worth it just to stop the play. Opportunity for Kolas. Great save, but on the rebound, somehow Praful gets there. I think Hazrat Nizamuddin still lead a couple of goals. Here's an opportunity. And it's gone through. It's it. Rishabh, the skipper, comes up with the goods. And this game has absolutely gone ballistic. Chance on the other end. Look at that for an acrobatic finish from Rishabh. Both of them flew together, but he got to it first. 5-2 now for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. That takes their goals 4 to 11. Their goals against to 19. That's -8 for them. Pondicherry on the other hand now. Goals for 9. Goals against gone to 19. That's -10. So as per my calculations, they are in a real spot of bother here. Balaji shoots. Touch comes off Rishabh. No. Yes, it does. It will be a corner. K3 and Goal Hunters will play next. K3's goal difference is -1. So as long as they don't lose by a big margin, it could be them who goes through. But here they come again. Hazrat Nizamuddin have scored a 6th. My word! What a pass, what a finish. And Faisal has scored another. And here he comes with another sui. Unbelievable. What a great setup there. That's how easy futsal can be if you just keep passing to each other. Tarun and Faisal combine to make it 6 for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. Taking their goals 4 now to 12. K3 Futsal will be watching on and thinking, whatever happens, we can't concede too many. Goal Hunters have already scored 23 in 2 games at an average of 11 and a half. Of course, K3 will be wanting to win the game or even draw it, and that will take them through. We'll go through all of those combinations when we come back at 2:30. Here's another chance for Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. What a comeback from them. Here's Rishabh, the skipper. Decides not to shoot, plays it through, might get it back. In fact, the shot is taken and it's scored by Tarun Kumar Singh. Pondicherry United don't know what's hit them. What a finish. And what couldn't do for around 30 minutes in the game, in the last 10, they have done with absolute ease. They found the back of the net, and they might just have found the quarterfinal spot. Of course, it'll all be decided later on in the final group game in Group C. Goal Hunters And K3 will decide everything eventually. But look at the goal difference now for Hazrat Nizamuddin club. They were down and not out. I said that at 2-1. All you had to do was make a cup of tea. You would have come back and seen an absolute difference in the scoreline. Here they have another chance for number 8. Very well saved by Vinod. And all the energy that Pondicherry United had has been sucked out of the Sri Manoj Sarkar Stadium. And I said that they were becoming a little tired. You could sense it. And that's when the substitutions were made. And just a renewed energy for Hazrat Nizamuddin club. Here they come once again. Chance for number 8. Saved. Here's Harsh. Harsh, Faisal, Tarun have been superb moving forward. Lakshya scored that brilliant goal. And credit has to be given to Altama Sheikh, the coach, for realizing that this is the time to bring on those fresh legs and just go for goals. You can lose by a big distance, big margin, it doesn't matter. But you've got to give yourselves that chance, and they did, and they took all those chances. That's not a handball. Arjun and Walter, come on. Here they are with another opportunity. 1-on-2 situation though. Tarun holds it a bit. Balaji does really well. He's fighting as much as he can for Pondicherry United. Absolute madness, absolute mayhem, absolute futsal. This is what this format's all about. Very rarely will you see this in a game of football. Goals so scarce in that format, but here, goals galore. Colas, poor pass. And it all happened with that slip. Vicky gave the ball away and then it just changed for Pondicherry United. That one mistake, momentum has shifted. Of course, can't blame one particular person. But you look at moments in a game, and that was the moment that changed it all. 100 seconds to play. Opportunity for number 8 here. Shots taken. Good save from Vikram now, who's in between the sticks. Could have been 10 for Hazrat Nizamuddin club, and I'm not even counting the chances they had in the first half, of course. -6 now, their goal difference. So if goal hunters win by more than 5, it'll be them on goal difference who will be higher than K3 Futsal Club. It might just be whichever team has the better defense, in the sense of whoever concedes the least against goal hunters will probably go through. After all that, it will be goal hunters who decide this group. Another opportunity well dealt with by Vikram. 40 odd seconds to go. Shot from a distance, decent attempt. Hazrat Nizamuddin will not want to concede anymore either. As I said, goal difference is what it's all about. Looping ball over the top, chance to flick it through. Great flick from Tarun. You see this move quite often in turf grounds also. Five-a-side grounds all over. Keeper just launches it and somebody flicks it forward. One of my favorite moves as well. But a great save from Vikram. Could have had 10-11 as I said. But they won't get too greedy. Can they get one more here? Every goal counts. Smashed straight into Rajesh. You can sense the disappointment from Pondicherry United's point of view. They were absolutely dominant, 2-0. They were cruising, and then Hazrat Nizamuddin club have absolutely ripped them to shreds out of nowhere. And now from players they become spectators and they watch on. That's gone out for a corner, I think. Absolute slump in confidence, of course, for Pondicherry United. Here's Walter as they look for an eighth here. Hazrat Nizamuddin club. Tarun goes all the way back. Nice ball there. This could be number 8. Keeper comes flying out with his studs up. Of course, no studs being worn in this format, but those can be dangerous. And on the other hand, goal hunters with a comfortable goal difference of plus 19 as compared to the other teams in Group C. Of course, they will want to finish as strong as possible. They are relentless. They are always hunting for goals, as I've said before. There they are, getting themselves ready, starting their warm-up. Possession given away, chance wasn't there to shoot early. Eventually, decent shot from Tarun. Last few seconds, that's a bad one. Both the players go into each other. Hopefully nobody is injured too badly. Just foot-on-foot contact. Rajesh gets the yellow though. I think he did put his boot up, that's why. Good call there from the officials who had a good game. Vishal Kumar and Avijnan Bose. 50-50 ball, of course. Rajesh gets the yellow though. And it's been that sort of a game, a 50-50 game, which Hazrat Nizamuddin have run away with. And that'll be 8! Every goal counts. They've got another. What a strike from Arjun. Right before the buzzer. Taking it to 8 now. Absolutely astonishing. Poor defensive work from Pondicherry United. That'll sum up the last 10 minutes of this match. They can't believe it. Hazrat Nizamuddin club can't believe it. And they're going to probably turn towards goal hunters and say, please do us a favor. And look at the scenes. Pondicherry United had a 2-0 lead. But within the blink of an eye, Hazrat Nizamuddin club have scored 8 with no reply. And now they will have to turn to goal hunters and ask them to do them a favor. That's what they're telling them now. What an incredible game this has been. One of the best of the lot in the Futsal Club Championship. It might seem like a one-sided game, but it's absolutely not if you've caught the action. Euphoric scenes for the side from Madhya Pradesh as Pondicherry United bow out of the Futsal Club Championship. But Group C still hangs in the balance as goal hunters take the pitch and start their warm-up because they always mean business. So Pondicherry United had scored 2, but then eventually they get hit for 8. Hazrat Nizamuddin club win their first game of the campaign and they set themselves up for a potential quarter-final berth. What an incredible game this has been. But that's not all today. After this on the Indian Football YouTube channel, we will eventually decide Group C. As K3 Football Club, or rather K3 Futsal Club, have it all to do. They take on the mighty goal hunters as we decide who finishes in the quarter-final spot in Group C. Join us for that at 2:30 p.m. This is Liam signing off, but see you very shortly.